Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of Star Shadow Plays. And I'm looking at this and I wonder, maybe I should turn this light on too. That look a little bit better maybe. But welcome to another edition of Star Shadow Plays. I'm your host Rob, aka Star Shadow. We're here with some more Cyber Knights Flashpoint. We're still getting used to the new setup here a bit. Especially since it's been another length of time since the last recording because of other things I had to do, you know, doing a half-hearted job search, I guess, to find a new opportunity if I can. So been doing a lot of work for that, so it's kind of taking up a little bit of my time, but we're back and we're gonna get a chance to continue on here. And so let's get over here and actually get into our game. But yeah, this one should actually be a short one, I think, because we're not going to have that many days to go through. But first, there have been a lot of updates actually. We get this view of the events from last month. Actually, it's not even showing the ones from this month. That's kind of interesting. I know it's why I was doing this because I did a shift tab, because I was looking at the news just to make sure I caught things that were new. And yeah, there's been a few things added since our last recording. Big one being new type of mission, an assassination type mission, and which also brings a new map as well. So it's very cool. So we have not seen one of these yet, obviously, because it was just added like a week ago, it looks like, from when we're recording. And now I'm clapping, I don't know why, but it's a new type of mission that'll be interesting to see. I'm sure it'll get cycled in for us to do at some point, so I'm excited to see what this mission is going to be like and see the new map as well. Looks pretty cool. I mean, I always kind of figured that this kind of mission would make its way in eventually. I mean, we are a group of people who do all kinds of jobs, and considering some of the things that we do, I mean, we kind of do an assassination mission as it is, and the 3 captains kill one. It's basically assassinating 3 people. So now this is more of a assassination of a VIP as opposed to just captain. So a slight twist on that. VIP, of course, being better guarded, better, more defenses around. So a bit of a twist, a bit harder because of that. So that should be interesting. I'm excited to see what we get out of that. And then, of course, another big thing that we're gonna have to pay attention to see if we can actually hear this. But there is a new audio update with new reactive music that responds to the action that is happening. So might have a calmer bit of music as things are going, and then it just starts ramping up as the tension gets stronger. So we're gonna have to definitely try and listen in when we are playing our next mission, our next heist, to see if this, just to see if we can tell what's going on, if we can hear it. Music is a little bit soft usually when I'm doing this, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to pay attention. But I think this could be really interesting, and I'm really quite curious to hear what it's going to be like when we get a chance. But yeah, it's really cool. That it's the type of change that sounds like might be nothing. Like, why are you so excited about that? But could really be something that really adds to the atmosphere, and maybe even at a subconscious level be something that just really adds to the experience. Sometimes music can kind of be overlooked, unless it's like something that is at the foreground of what is going on. Like there are a lot of set pieces that have like a cutscene or something, and while the music is not like the main thing, it is a huge part of it, and it's a focus of that scene, the music and then the visuals together creating something. And so in those kind of situations, you do pay attention because you're not really playing, so you can kind of really focus on things. While during actual gameplay, you tend to be focused on what you're doing. You're not always listening to the music. And so it can be overlooked a little bit. So I'm curious to see how it will be for us, or at least for me, since I'm the one playing, of course. And of course, there's been some more improvements of things like cameras and proximity mines, AI, all that good stuff has also been added. But I did a shift tab there, so that's why this is like that. So this is the most recent stuff, as you can see. But yeah, that's why we got that screen, is because I shift tabbed to make sure I could see the news. All right, so update over there. So what we did in the last mission was send our hacker sync out to do a CPU spike. Pretty simple mission in terms of the mechanics of it. We send her in, there's just a machine to hack, and so she goes to the machine, hacks it, gets out. Very simple, quick mission, nothing too complicated except for the actual hacking itself, and we did a pretty solid job, I think. Still early game, so nothing too bad in the hacking. Then we're still, of course, trying to feel it out a little bit, but I think we did pretty good, so very happy with that. That leaves us 2 missions right now on our docket. Our first is the cube run, which is going to be a mission that our Vanguard Mute brought to us. So she wants to go on it, and of course the Cyber Knight, of course, is going to be going on it as well. So that's 2 people that have to be ready to go for this. The problem is, of course, Mute is on Legwork. Luckily, she is going to be, well, 85% chance she'll be back and we can do this. It'll be sad if she's not. So hopefully this 85% is nice and high. And then we have the spectacularly named Bright Hootenanny, which is a word it's not used enough. Just ridiculous. Just a ridiculous word. So we have this VIP escort mission as well that we'll be doing. So with that, we have 7 days. This might be another good chance then to get our hacker another round of de-stressing, get her down to 30%, since we shouldn't need her at all. Everyone else is back. We have our full complement. Oh no, actually our cyber sword's gone too, I forget about that. So we will have a mostly full complement of people, so people we would want to send out. So I think that we'll do that. So it's a 7-day treatment. Yep. So she would be back if we needed her for the Bright Hootenanny, but we shouldn't need her. In other, wait, I wanted to see money. This one we make our own money, so we don't have a clue as to how much we're gonna bring back. But the Bright Hootenanny is gonna bring us 120,000, which is good, as we continue to work on these rooms, while also keeping in mind we do need about 400,000 in 66 days though for the clinic, dedicated clinic, and we'd like to get that relatively soon so that we can push that along and have that ready, because even once we have the money, it still takes time to build the clinic. So we definitely want to push that through when we can, but we also don't want to neglect what we're doing, as I'm hitting the mic for some reason, which is we want to build both an underworld hub and a counter intel pod. Both of these will be 2 pieces of, I was gonna say furniture, but 2 rooms that I feel will be very important as we go forward. Counter intel pod will help us reduce heat, and headhunters, which we have a set. Or wait, do we have 2 sets on our? No, we have 1 set right now on our tail. Well, which Mute is trying to get rid of. I believe that's the way it goes. And we have some nice helpful bits here about the tokens created, which were not here before. So now we actually have some idea what's going on. So the tokens granted by the counter intel pod can reduce heat, create loot heavy hacking missions at level 2 and above, temporarily block headhunters at level 3 and above, and we can trade for favors with contacts as well at level 4 and up. So initially when we get the counter intel pod, all it will be able to do is reduce heat, which is pretty good still, I think. But to block headhunters, we have to upgrade it quite a bit. If we go to the Underworld Hub, the tokens we get here, we get the chance to boost legwork chance, so which is good. It helps make sure we get our people back, which is I think very important. Also reduce legwork duration, another big thing, especially when our team is small. And then we can recruit new mercs at level 2. So when we first get it, can't recruit yet, but we will be able to at level 2. So that is going to be where we definitely want to sit at some point once we get this. We can find new contacts at level 3 and then trade for NBS cubes at level 4, which is a more of an end game kind of thing that we may eventually see. What is the other one that has tokens? Hacking Station has tokens. These tokens are traded to traded to gain leverages on missions involving hacks. So for people who love to hack, you'll want that one. Field Op Centers also do tokens, which are granted to be used as trade for leverages in missions. So if you use a lot of leverages, Field Op Center is right up your alley. The Sim Stream Trainer, their tokens can be used to respect mercs. So in addition to what it also does for helping to grant XP to people who are behind. So may want that one too. Nano Scrubber, we know what it is because we have it. So with that, we're gonna have both these rooms just about ready. We would only be able to build one, I think, right now. But the money, we don't want to spend too much money. We want to have a little bit of money just in case. All right, so what we have then is we're gonna find out what they want. Maybe another like spike of some sort. So we'll hold off on that to make sure that our hacker is ready to go. Then we'll find out what Mute did, hopefully successful with misdirecting the headhunters. Then we'll be set up for the next mission, which is going to be that cube run. They want to look here at the barracks. We do also want to keep in mind that we will want to continue to upgrade the barracks as well. So we can also do that since that doesn't cost money. Let's add that in. We have tasks available, so we definitely want to do that. Right now we could have 8 people. With this would get us I guess probably to 9 or 10. We'll see what it actually does. But I think that will be good because like I said, I want to run a decent sized crew. Look at the command HQ if we need anything. Nothing yet. It's not until we don't have to worry about it until power utilities are really needed. Then we would have to upgrade it. but that's not a concern right now with our low level stuff. And of course, I swear to God, I can talk sometimes. Even though we talked about this, it is tough. But cold storage. We'll eventually want to upgrade this as well. It would get the set size to be the same. Maximum blueprints, which we haven't found any, so not something we have to worry about right now. As you can see, we have none. We do have a bunch of files. We don't have any sets yet. So that's all we're waiting for before we start using these up. We're still thinking about some of these legendaries, just selling them and getting that money. But some of the set prices have turned out to be not as bad as I thought. So like for this one, the rarity be worth between 73k and 99k, which with the Merc Docs, that one, 31. So at top, it could end up actually being worth it now. So that's why we were holding out on some of those, and maybe we can find some of these. But there are also some good prices on stuff, so we will see. We will continue to monitor it as we get the pieces for sets. But let's move on here. We have D Cartel, a mission about the D Street Cartel. So like I said, I was thinking about which one to actually do, whether I wanted to do the Underworld Hub or the Counter Intel Pod right now. And now that it's clear as to what is being done here, I'm starting to actually think maybe we want to go with the Underworld Hub right now, because right now our heat is basically nothing, and with the Headhunters that we have out there, we're not gonna be able to block them anyway until it gets much further. So it's not as useful right now as it could be. While Underworld Connections, this is something that also, it's not quite 100% what we want, since we can't recruit at level 1, but it is a lot closer since level 2 gets us new marks, and boosting legwork chance and reducing legwork duration is always helpful. So I think we might want to do that. I'm trying to decide though if I want to do that now, which will leave us 60,000, which we might want to wait until we see what we get out of the next mission before we commit, I think is what I'm thinking. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we got here. But there's a mistake here. Don't forget about the cube run, Star. I worked hard to line that job up. Warner Bros. Global is exposed. I guess that's supposed to be exposed. Exposed right now, and we need to hit them while we can. We're running out of time, and we need to make a move. It's all in the plan, Mute. Something has Mute stirred up about this heist. I'm not sure, but she's really sweating it. I know she worked a lot of angles for this up, but something else is going on. It means a lot to her. I'm not sure why she's bothering us about this right now, considering she's on legwork. So it's not like we can do it. So, but it seems like there's something more to this, so this ought to be interesting. I don't remember if there is anything in here that directly affects story, but I do know one of the new things that was added since the last video I did is that there is a consequence now to not doing it, even if it is minor. All right. Oh, it stopped. Oh, because this finished up. So we got 2 clean rooms now. Ready to go. Oh. I've uncovered the location of a valuable D Street Cartel data block buried under one of their hideouts. I want you to deploy a virus by spiking its CPU. To keep it hidden, the data block is decently shielded and isn't connected to any quantum networks. It's what passes for quantum isolation under the streets of New Boston. They can Q-gap their cores, but it won't slow us down. What's on the D Street Cartel host? I don't actually care. It's a powerful system that's a part of their computing backbone. I just need you to take it out. So you can steal any pay data you can find while you're getting to the CPU. We may be able to make that hit for you. So B-Tuna, who is not exactly a fan of ours, has offered us a Q-gap spike job. So we'll be paid to spike the CPU of a matrix host before extracting. So I wonder if this is going to be similar to the last one, the CPU one, or whether we actually have to do something slightly different for it. So it's called Bad Wolf Escapade. All right, let's see where that is. Okay, we got 13 days, so we have more than enough time to get sync back into it. I don't know why it's just why I'm clapping. I think there was a recent video that I had a bunch of it in for some reason. So no problems there. All right, so let's find out how Mute did. It was inevitable that Headhunters would put all the puzzle pieces together. Now her headhunters are coming, and Headhunter has marked us an enemy. At least the other syndicate bosses are just laughing behind Headhunter's back. It hasn't soured the entire D cartel against us. Right, we now have Headhunters coming after us. These powerful enemies will pursue us until we kill their leader or escape their attempt 3 or more times. They may arrive at any point during one of our heists and will battle local faction forces in an attempt to reach and kill us. This is where the counter intel pod comes into play to gain tokens that will allow us to throw off Headhunters for a while or reduce our heat, which reduces the chance they will strike, which we found out takes different levels of the counter intel pod. So did it? Oh, it must have worked then. Okay, we didn't actually get a message that she did it, just that I guess they're not on our heels now. I'm not 100% sure. So we do have one still on our tail then. There's a 15% chance that a headhunter tracking us may make an attempt to collect on our bounty in the middle of a heist or job. So okay, so we do have one, 15%. Interesting. Even though our heat is basically nothing. So headhunters are more likely to ambush us at 1% every 4 heat. And our team stress resistance decreases at 1% every 5 heat. But is it a base? It must be a base 15% chance then, because we have no heat. So it's like there's no extra percent chance at all. So I am, yeah, I guess it's 15% just straight then. All right, so then that means she is back. We'll have our full complement of people ready to go. Well, almost full complement. We won't have our cyber sword, but we have a good amount of people for this. We don't feel any kind of problems, any kind of heat that we need to worry about. So this one's interesting because it is a 2-parter. So we're gonna have to get in and get out here. If we're taking our hacker, we could do this and then be able to know what is around in the hacking so that we can more easily work through it, I believe. But since we're not going to have our hacker, we don't even need to worry about that. Then we have leverage we can do inside if we need to. So this might be a 2-parter when we do it. And so we have 4 people. Okay, we just have 4 people ready to go. So it'd be like this, and we would send our soldiers out. So we might need them a little bit on this one just because we don't know what's going on. So this is different than our normal runs where we go in and steal everything that's not, well, I was gonna say not nailed down, but anything in a loot box or lockbox, I guess is more what it is, because there's gonna be 2 parts to it. So I'm interested to see what's gonna go on. So it'll probably be a 2-part mission unless this one goes real fast, which possible, we'll see. But we will have that one for next time. Okay, so let us do a little bit more. Okay, we're at 0 now. That's what I was trying to go for. Okay. Yeah, so then we are gonna go. We're gonna hopefully make some money off of this so we can drop. I don't know, we might drop the Underworld Hub and we'll see. Not 100% sure here. Not 100% sure. But that's what I'm thinking. I think we might do an Underworld Hub here. So hopefully we'll make some money. I don't want to spend all of our money because it's always a good idea to have some just in case. You just never know when a little bit of extra money will be that bit of difference, whether it's for leverage, maybe we got to buy something that will help us out. Just never know. So we like to keep a little bit in our back pocket, like a little buffer. Probably about 90 to 100 is probably the buffer I'm trying to stay at right now. So that's why I'm not pushing forward with Safehouse plans quite yet. However, I am trying to keep my plans in mind so that we can jump when the opportunity arises, which hopefully it will. So no tasks going on. Our barracks has now gotten the increase of cryogenic cooling it needs in order to move up to level 3, which is also 90 for the next size. So only up to 9. Kind of sad. I was hoping maybe it might go up to like 10. But yeah, so that means we will be able to bring on another person as soon as the opportunity presents itself, which is good, which is very good in my eyes. We have our hacker sleeping it off a little bit. We gotta decrease that stress. She's definitely the most highly stressed of us all right now at 40%. So we definitely want her not to stress out. On the other hand, we have quite a few people at hype 70. So the target here is hype 80. She's up to 80 after that. So she is pretty much at the spot where she can have a limit break. And then we'll upgrade something, hopefully. As Sin did. Sin's hype is down to 10% because she did have a break, which we did bounce her for. But our soldiers are at 50 and 60%, so hopefully we can get that higher. So, but man, I didn't realize she was at 80%, so she should be, her break should be coming very soon. Let me give this just a little bit. There it is. So here it is. Oh, her hype is at 100% now. But we get a choice now. All right, so we have 4 choices here, which is very interesting. We have dedicated loyalty, which will increase her loyalty score by 10%. Loyalty above 60% opens up additional bonus options when gaining 100% hype and new positive story options, which is cool. But if she was higher in loyalty, I might be tempted, but her loyalty right now is kind of low. So I'm like, it'll help, but maybe not as much as I wanted to. +1 tech. Permanently gain +1 tech. Your tech has been upgraded by +0 by hype. Below 60% loyalty, attributes maxed at +3, but with higher loyalty, the max is +6. The sum of all hype-based attribute bonuses cannot exceed +16. Okay, so I guess that means that these extra bonuses only matter. Like, you can't take a whole bunch of them and have them all add up. So what that means is that the first 3 hype limit breaks that have permanent attribute increases, only the first 3 will matter when you're below 60% loyalty. But once you're above that, you can have 6. So the sum of all hype-based attribute boosts cannot exceed plus 16. So that means some of these can actually be higher than plus 1. I guess as you continually break a trait, you can get even more off of this. So it's possible to get like plus 2 tech or plus 3 tech, I guess. So because of that, you can only get plus 16 total at the most. And each attribute max is plus 3. Or maybe it means we have 5 attributes, or is it 6? No, it's 4. Yeah, so 4 times 3 is 12. Yeah, so it's got to be higher attribute bonuses available. All right, we can get a bonus for 30 days, the Indomitable. For 30 days, she has a constant buff of plus 50% stress resistance, plus 50% wound resistance, plus 10% built-in armor, plus 10% kinetic armor, and plus 10% ballistic armor, which is a pretty nice bonus. We're not taking that many missions yet, so it's not really that interesting. Quick study bonus for 30 days. For 30 days, she has a constant buff of plus 2 initiative and plus 10% XP gained. A little bit more interesting because of the XP, but again, we're not doing enough. I think for this one, this is a pretty easy choice of taking the tech. I mean, it's interesting, but for me, I always think long term, permanent bonuses are much better than anything temporary. Like, it has to be a really good temporary and has to really fit for me to be like, yeah, that temporary boost, that makes sense. But I mean, long term, permanent all the way. So we're gonna go with the tech. Let's take a look and see how it shows up. So she's at the plus, or she's up to 7. So she got a nice plus 7% crit chance now. Thumbs up for that. I was curious to see. I wanted to see if it shows the hype-based attribute bonus right now, so we know how many hype-based attribute points we are using right now. I guess we only see that in the limit break. I'm not seeing it elsewhere. This does not say it. But I do like this. She got the extra crit chance now. I mean, her reaction time and speed is up as plus 6. Also, she has plus 22 move speed. She is lightning fast. But her strength kind of sucks, so that means she doesn't do that much damage. But the crit chance is definitely helpful for that. But yeah, I do like that then. I was looking at the initiative here because I was curious. Plus 2 initiative gives her 2d6 plus 8. And she has 2d6 plus 7 because she has plus 1 initiative. Others don't have it, so it's plus 6. Okay. I was just checking that out because I had seen that out of the corner of my eyes. I was looking, so I wanted to check that. And so we have that. Oh, one other thing that we'll want to take a look at too is we need more information on gangs. We now have that in the journal here. so we can learn a little bit more about D Street Cartel, a little bit more about the Los Z's, about Blue Ox, the Fenian Street Gang, learn a little bit more about Warner Brown Globo, Rook Tech, Ultratech, McKellen, Matsumoto, Jupiter Group. We can learn a lot more about the lore. Maybe like a ton more, but there's definitely at least a bit more to help us figure out what's going on. Sometimes it can be a little hard to tell, but we get pieces here and there, but it's not like a deep dive into it. So a lot of that here is going to be in the journal, in the wiki. So that's how you kind of immerse yourself into it a bit more. All right. So nope, I lengthened this out by talking. I said I was going to come in and do this and get in and get out. Shows you how much I know. But that's good. As I clap again. We're good. So we're ready to do Cube Run next time. We'll see if it takes 2 episodes for 2 parts, or whether we cram it all into one, because maybe the first part is short. We'll see. But that's what we got next. We'll find out how much money we can get from that, and then once we know, we will work on our safe house and get the next bit of plan going. Then we will find out how Sin has done looking for Travis Martini, which will probably lead to a mission. We'll have another mission, looks like looting wise. And then of course we also have the Bright Hootenanny VIP escort mission to come as well. So those are the immediate plans. Oh, and we have a family problem too coming from Sync. Oh, Sync has got a family problem? What? This is new. This actually leads to a new person, so we definitely want to see that. But I don't want to add that in yet, so I think we'll wait until it pops up. So maybe we might wait until after the Bright Hootenanny, or right before we do that, then we can find out what it is. We're starting to get more missions now though, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, I've been looking forward to seeing this one. So it'll be interesting to see. Do you have something about family? Doesn't seem like it. Normally it's your first recruit that has this. I was looking to see if anyone else had anything. Like that, but I guess not. Okay. So that threw me. I didn't realize that was there. So I am very, very much excited to see what that's about then. We'll need Sync then anyway, so we'll have to wait until she's done with her stuff. So lots to come here then. So to sum up, Cube Run. Then we'll see if that takes 1 or 2 parts. Mission, then we'll do Safe House to figure out what this stuff is. We'll set up for the Bright Hootenanny, and also set up the which thing in the clean, which type of room we're gonna get, whether the Underworld Hub or the Counter Intel Pod. Get that built. We'll do Bright Hootenanny. After that, then we will have Sync back. We'll find out what her sibling is up to. We should then we'll probably have an idea of what this mission is. We'll have a second mission here, so we'll have like probably 3 missions ready to go at this point. And then we'll have a type of assassination mission, and then we'll have this to go through as well. So we're starting to get to that point where we're going to want more people so that we can start rotating through and not have to worry about legworks. So So yeah, it's about to get a bit exciting. So we're definitely going to be wanting more people. So I'm starting to lean towards that underground hub now. But we'll see. We also have to worry about these headhunters. Never know. So that is what we got. Why am I clapping again? But yes, that is what we have planned. So thank y'all for watching this. Again, 40 minutes. It's supposed to be short. We did nothing and it was 40 minutes. But thank you all for sitting through this as much as you did. If you're enjoying yourself, of course, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button, that like button, comment here, all that good stuff here, because and share, of course, too, if you want other people to join in as well, because y'all have really started to come through here as we're on our road now to 100 subscribers, something I thought I would never ever say, but now we're on that road. So thank you all for that support. I really do appreciate it, and all of the likes and comments and all that really brighten the day, and just really make it worth doing it. Even though I'm doing it, I do it anyway, it just makes it even more so. Really gives some motivation to continue to do it as much as possible, even when I'm busy. So thank you all for that. There's links in the description of the videos to Twitch and Twitter if you want to check that stuff out. Obviously, you know, my Twitter is the kind of a barren because tried to avoid all that toxicity there, but at some point maybe we'll go back to it a little bit more. But if you want to hang out with me on like a Saturday night, usually there with my friends, and we play some games. We're playing V-Rising right now, just getting into that a bit, so always free to come hang out there as well. But that is going to do it. Thank you all once again for listening through all the blabbering, all of the talking that somehow manages to hopefully be understandable. We talked a bit about bifluency disorder, so the fact that it even comes across and that people are willing to listen is of course very nice too, because of that means that the work I'm putting in there is also coming through. So thank you all. But that is gonna do it. So thank you all. Hopefully y'all doing well out there. Stay well, stay safe, stay good, stay healthy, stay cool, especially here in the US. It's been warm. There's been storms, so stay safe out there. And I will see all of y'all next time. Maybe one of these times we're gonna do a real short one, but we'll see. So y'all be good. Y'all have a good one. And adios for now, everyone. Bye bye.